everybody, it's me Stacy here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, and wow, I've got a good one for you today on our Make It Monday event. Wow. I've got Sizzix for you, $96.96 worth of Sizzix for $19.99. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, welcome to a Make It Monday event here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. We do it every Monday as long as I have a bundle that meets the bill. You know, it has to fit the need. And that need is that it has to have a retail value of between $80 and $100 or more. Sometimes our bundles are more than $100, and we're able to bring it to you for $19.99. That is, it's got to be fabulous. It's got to be such a value that even those of you who are on a crafty budget feel like you got something special because you did. Now, we get emails all the time. How is she able to do that? How can she offer $100 worth of product for $19.99? Okay, well, first, I'd like to think that I'm a pretty good negotiator. I like to think that I smile and I hold firm all at the same time. I'd like to think that. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. But what's most important is that these manufacturers want you to have this product as well. It's sitting in their warehouse. Maybe it released 6 months ago, 8 months ago, a year ago, and it's still sitting there for one reason or another. Maybe a big company canceled an order and they need to move this product out. I am the girl who makes things disappear. Manufacturers will say, I have this product, and I say, for the right price, I can make that disappear. Now, the caveat there is for the right price. They all love to hear that I will make it disappear, but then I tell them what the price is. And then they're like, it's like, well, do you want it gone or do you want it gone? So I negotiate my pricing. The manufacturers support that pricing by allowing us to do this because they know that once this product gets in your hands, you are going to love it. And again, for $19.99, folks who are on a crafty budget, when they receive it, it feels like Christmas. It feels like, yay, like, look at it. I've got really awesome new tools, new things to play with. I didn't miss out. And I don't want you to miss out on this one because it's pretty darn good. So today, will the orders expedite? Yes, they will. Remember, we don't start even looking at expedited orders until after the full week of the event. This event starts on a Monday, it ends on a Monday. So we won't even start looking at these orders until after that. And sometimes the product isn't always here at the time. The minute the product lands, we start pulling orders. Thankfully, this product is already here in stock. Ellison's right down the street, a couple hours, so this product is already here. It is limited, no question about it, but it is spectacular. If you want your order to expedite, and expedite means you don't pay more for it to ship. It's how quickly we can get it to you. So if you want your order to have a faster opportunity to ship out of here, because we in the retail store are the ones who pull these orders. In fact, I was pulling orders this morning. Girls got to do what a girl's got to do. The store was slow. We needed to get them out. We got them out. They're shipping right now. So if the store is slow, we downstairs pull your expedited orders. The stockroom upstairs, they don't. They handle the harder orders where you picked one of this and one of that and one over here and one over there. We're able to do expedited orders because it's a very finite amount of product. You only have these SKUs to pick from because you can only order inside the Make It Monday category. So read the little terms and conditions, and if you want your order expedited, just hold on to those terms and conditions. And if you don't care when you get it, then you can shop our entire site, and we encourage that too. So today it is about one of these products that I need to show you. I need to show it to you. I need to explain why it is the way it is so that when you get it, you are as successful with it as I am. This is an important thing. It's a wonderful product. but I need to show it to you. So I don't think I'm actually going to finish making anything, but I am going to walk you through this product and we're gonna talk about it a little bit. So I'm gonna show you the bundle. I'm gonna work with one of these products, and at the very end, I will show you the samples made, because I may not make a finished sample, but I do have beautiful finished samples to show you. If you are joining us during the premiere, there's a live chat going on over here. Please know that the product does not go live on our site until after the premiere ends and the live chat is over. If you are watching this and you don't see any live chat going on, well, head on over to scrapbookingmadesimple.com and see if the product is still there. If it's available in our Make It Monday category, you can add it to a cart and check out. And if it's not, then it will show sold out. And if you're watching this a year after I posted this, you're really late, but that's okay. We're glad to have you anytime. Subscribe to our channel. All right, you guys, I'm gonna tilt on down. I'm gonna get started today. I do have my Sizzix Big Shot machine. I do have some opulent paper. I do have some envelopes to play with, and I'm gonna walk you through the bundle, and then I'm gonna show you why I need to show you what I need to show you. Yeah. That's right. Okay, you guys, it's me, Stacy, Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. I'm going to tilt on down. We're going to get started for today. All right, here we go. Bye, everybody. All right, so let me zoom on in. For those of you who are new, I am not high tech. I'm my own camera person. I don't edit my videos. They're unscripted. They're unedited. There's no voiceovers or dubbing. It is what it is, and what it is what it is. So, here's the bundle, regularly priced $99.96. Your Make It Monday price, $19.99. That's it. That's all it is. One bundle filled with fabulous Sizzix. Well, in fact, I can have them over here. So our first one, how stinking cute is this? And what I want you to know is the sizing on the packaging is not the sizing of the product. Here, let me see if I can take one of these off. So here's the sizing on the packaging, but there's the actual die. I would say it's almost double the size. That's pretty big, 60–70% larger. So when you're looking at Sizzix products in your local independent retail store, remember to turn them over. If you like what you see on the front, flip it around and you will love what you see on the back, because the sizing is so much better. All of these lovely little things right here, look at all of it in there for you. Now this die alone is $19.99, and you may find it in a retail store for $19.99, but not here. Nope. Okay, our second die. How pretty is that, right? And again, there it is in person. On the cover, it's a little bit smaller. Here, it's perfect for your A2, A6, 5x7 card. Absolutely. And all the little goodies that go around it that you can actually make a wreath with those too. You could wreath this whole thing and it's just beautiful. Okay, that's die number 2. Die number 3 is darling. It makes this cute little pocket that folds over. It's a one-cut pocket, and then it's got a couple little tags and a couple little things you can slip into the pocket, and some little dies to add some embellishments to your tags. This one is stinking cute. And again, it retails for $19.99, but no, not for you. No. You're going to get everything for $19.99. And then the die we're going to work with today, I actually think this one was more than $19.99. I could be wrong, but it is an envelope liner set. So an envelope liner set is what you stick into the envelope, the yellow or the green, to just dress that envelope up a little bit more. And again, look at the size of the dies. Wow, right? Maybe one of these was $14.99, and this one, because this one has to be more. Maybe one of these was $14, maybe this one was like $14.99, and this one was $24.99, because this is a big die. I'm sure this die had to have been more than $19.99 at the time it originally retailed out. But today, Today you're going to get them all, and this does 2 different sizes. You're going to get the envelope liners and the decor dies to go with them. You're going to get the cute little pocket. You're going to get the frame, and you're going to get the little spring set. So all 4 of these for $19.99, and I'm sure you could Google and find out that they're much more. This one's by Jen Long. This one's by Olivia Rose. Love Jen, love Olivia. In fact, yeah, so had lunch with her recently. Okay, so let's get started for today, because this is the die I want to talk to you about. This is the set that is important to talk to you about. And it's really all about options. This die, so on the cover, it says that these dies works with A2 and A6 envelopes. Says it right on the cover. But you know what's really not consistent or standardized? Wait for it. Okay, wait for it. Do you know what's really not consistent or standardized? Envelope sizes. An A2 envelope should be, what is it, a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 is an A2 card. So you would think an A2 envelope would go to fit, but not all A2 card bases and envelopes are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Sometimes a manufacturer makes them an 1/8 of an inch wider or an 1/8 of an inch taller. Not all 5 by 7s are exactly 5 by 7s. Not all A6 are exactly the size of an A6. It's kind of like embossing folders where the thickness isn't standardized either. Ooh, no, backwards. The thickness isn't standardized either. So there's a range of sizes that card bases and envelopes are, and there's a prevailing thought of what size they should be. But every single manufacturer does them just a little bit differently. In the UK, a DL, they call it a DL, that is a slimline to us. And their DL size is a little different than what a US slimline is. So when manufacturers are putting things together like these envelope liners, they really have to think, how are they going to make it work for all the different sizes that are out on the market? Sure, they could make it work just for their cards and envelopes. Sure, absolutely. But what if you have other cards and envelopes? What if you buy them in bulk somewhere else? Where if you go and get recollections from Michael's? What if you're at Joann's or Hobby Lobby? Or what if your local independent craft store carries their own cards and envelopes? They are all going to vary just a little bit. So when manufacturers are putting together something that will have a range in the industry, they really have to give it some thought process before it goes out to market. Do they just want it to fit theirs? Probably not, because then that takes away from it working with everybody else's product. I mean, we sell a Sizzix Big Shot machine, but do we just sell Sizzix dies? No, we have Memory Box, we have Spellbinders, we have Find It Trading, we have Creative Expressions. Would Sizzix want only their dies to go through their machine? No, you'd be stifled, you'd be stuck. You would have to have a machine for every manufacturer. No, the goal is to give you the most opportunity, the most options with a product, so that it makes the most sense to spend your hard-earned cash on it. It is your money. You've earned it. You've worked for it, and you want to be sure that is going the distance for you. So that's what this die is. Let me tilt on down and show you. Yeah, I had to work with this die because I sat there and I'm like, wait, it's not doing what it should be doing, but it does. Okay, so let me show you. This is the set, and it has 2 die sizes to do inserts. It's got the larger insert which will do your larger dies or your larger envelopes. And then it has a smaller insert if you would prefer. And I'll cut both of them. Then it has these, what I call decor dies. These are dies that don't actually cut out. Oh, that tape is so strong. Come on. I needed to have my Wheaties today. I call these decor dies because they cut the decor, but they don't cut the shape. So this will cut all of these pretty little pieces and have them fall out of a piece of paper, but it won't cut the triangle on either of them. These are meant to fit in to our dies to add a little detail to the envelope liners. And you're like, I don't even get an envelope liner. Why do I need an envelope liner? Okay, well, sorry. I know, I'm chatty, I am. Sorry, but did you just spend 3 hours making that card for somebody? Did you just spend an hour and a half picking paper? Did you just spend 35 minutes inking the flowers to be the exact color of their wedding colors? Did ya? Because if you did, then let's take an extra 5 minutes and let's line that envelope so that when you give that beautiful card, it is a package. It is a perfect little ensemble of your creativity. From the moment they open the envelope and see how beautiful it is on the inside, they already know what they're going to get when they take the card out. It's like setting the tone. So, did you just spend an hour making a card for somebody? Did you? Because if you did, let's finish it. Maybe you spent 15 minutes on a card, but you know what? If it was a quick and simple card, a way to dress it up and to make it even more pizzazzy and more posh is to do the envelope liners. Okay, I've lectured. That was my soapbox. It just sets the tone. It just gives the first hint of what's waiting for them once they take their card out. So these two decor dies are interchangeable. You can use them with either. You don't have to use them at all. You could even use these on paper to do corners. If you wanted to do corners on paper and cut that design into 4 corners on a piece of paper, or however you want to use them. The point is they do not cut the rectangle out. Oh, we got something. So I'm going to start with the large die. And I'm going to grab a piece of paper. And I am using opulent paper because it's beautiful and I love it, and it's double-sided. And with envelope liners, you really do want a double-sided paper. And let's just cut a piece off. And bring over my Big Shot machine. Now this is what I call an open frame die, so I can put my hand right through it. It's not intricate at all. There's nothing hard about this die. There's nothing that has a lot of little pokey outs that you gotta get. This is just a simple, easy die to do. I've got my base plate, I've got my solo shim, I've got my cut plate, and you can see it's been cut. When you get your machine, it's gonna look yummy. You're gonna have 2 plates that look just like this. And eventually those plates aren't gonna look like that anymore. They're gonna look more like this. And that's okay. I do tend to keep one plate a different color. This is my red glitter that I did years ago with Ellison as an exclusive. I keep that as a do not cut plate. And what I mean is a do not cut plate, maybe this one is, that one's not so bad. Let me see if I can find one that's kind of, nope, not there. Do I have a really good warped plate? That one's not so warped. Eventually these start to warp. So if you keep a do not cut plate where you try to never cut into it, then it never really warps and it goes through your machine nice and easy. So again, my base plate, my solo shim, my cut plate, I've got my paper down, and I've got my envelope liner die on it. And I'm gonna send it on through. No precision base plate. This is an open frame die, and a precision base plate would take this die and make it go zoop. You'd have a smiley face of a die because the die would warp and it would get a little bow and it would look like it's smiling. So it's a pretty easy die to cut. I'm not going to go backwards and forwards. We'll see if I got it good. And I did. Look at that. You can see it has 2 score lines on either side because that's where you're going to fold when you put it in your envelope. I'm going to cut the small one too, and let's cut the small one out of a different color paper. How about red? Like the red. Isn't that pretty? This is out of the festive pack. Yum. Yum. That makes my heart happy, that red. So I'm going to put this one there on my gotcha. And I'm going to cut this one out. And then we'll have 2 to play with. Easy peasy roll. If you've got a switch machine, you're gonna push the button. If you've got a Vagabond, you're gonna push the button. If you've got a Platinum or a Platinum 6 by Spellbinders, you're just gonna crank it on through. And so I have now the smaller size, still with 2 score lines on either side. So same die, just 2 different sizes. And you know, while I'm at it, maybe I should I'm just gonna cut 2 more just because I'm here. And that way we have apples to apples and oranges to oranges. But I'll just reverse the colors. Now I might be able to get through 2 pieces of paper with this die. It's possible. I'm willing to just take the extra second or 2 to go ahead and cut. Gosh, and you could save that. Wouldn't that make a cute little house? Oh my gosh, yeah, you could save these and, okay, you could use those as a mask. You could have thoughts of what you can do with that. And then let's do the big one out of the red. That way I have 4 to play with. And this one just fits by a hair of a chinny chin chin. They really made it just perfect. Even this way, it's just about perfect. And I didn't have to use any kind of shim underneath. These are easy dies to cut because they are open frame dies. I can stick my hand right through the center of it. Okay, there we go. Man, that is a beautiful red. Maybe I should put some opulent on sale because that red is so pretty. Okay, so I've now got 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4 to play with. Each of them have the score line where it's going to fit. And if I take one of the smaller ones and I score it right on that score line, it's almost like it makes a cute little envelope just on its own. That would be a cute little embellishment. But you can add it into your envelope to add a little extra touch. So this is the smaller one, and you can see how much space. This is an A6 card. This is a Sizzix. This one is Midnight Sky. It is a Sizzix card and envelope set. There's 10 cards, 10 envelopes. They're $4.99, and when we put them on sale, we do them for $3.99. And so it's A6. It's a little bit bigger than an A2, and you can see how much space is on either side for you. And it scores right down and it folds right up, and when somebody opens it, they have a beautifully lined envelope. Really pretty. The reason they've left you so much space is that explanation that I started with. Everybody's envelopes are a slightly different size, and there has to be a little bit of wiggle room. There has to be a little bit of wiggle room just in case your A2 envelope is a slightly different size than somebody else, another manufacturer's. So they have to give you that space for it to have a little bit, if it's a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller. I'm going to take the larger card, or the larger, and let's score it. Okay. Now what I want you to see is on this one, it's a little bit bigger. Our A2, or our smaller, was definitely smaller, giving you wiggle room. But the larger envelope liner is bigger. This is an A6 envelope, and yet this is bigger than an A6 envelope. And you're like, why is it bigger? Because you cannot just put it in and have it fit. It won't work. Well, Sizzix had to think about this. Okay, we're not the only company that makes A6 envelopes. We're not the only ones in the world who make it. We've made this one a little bit smaller so that you can wiggle it around if you need to on an A2 or an A6. That might be a little different. We've made this one a little bit bigger for the exact same reason. Maybe the A6 envelope you are working with is bigger than the Sizzix envelope. Maybe you even try it on a 5x7 envelope. It's bigger. So they've given you the opportunity to not have to wiggle as much. You're like, well, but then how do I get it in? I have Sizzix cards and envelopes, Stacy. I have every color they make. Okay, I hear you. Zoop. Zoop. Give it a haircut. A little bit of a haircut. And then we are good to go. See how close it is to those edges? But if I have a slightly bigger envelope, it'll fit that as well. So you've got one that runs a little bit small and one that runs a little bit large, so that you can work between the two of them for the envelopes that you have. If everything was standardized, they wouldn't have to have given that a lot of thought. But somebody put a lot of brain power between this. Let me tell you, they had to really figure out what's the max and the smallest that we would want to make them so that they could be used with almost every envelope. Oh gosh, you could even, look at how cute. You could even double it. Oh, look at how cute. Okay. So when you get yours, if you are playing with the Sizzix brand envelopes, the larger one you're going to need to trim down, and the smaller one, you're going to center that one. But they just didn't want to assume that their product was the only product that you owned. They might like to have that become a reality. But I think that those at Ellison, they're pretty pragmatic. They pretty much understand that we buy what we like regardless of necessarily who makes it. Now, what to do with these if you wanted to add those decor pieces? Okay, well, I still have these two to play with. And let's take one and then I'll do the other one. So I'm going to bring it on over. And again, this is not an intricate die. You shouldn't need to use a precision base plate with this. That is for when you've got something that is fiddly, like Simply Defined dies. They're fiddly. I'm going to go ahead and line it up to the best of my ability. I'm not on a magnetic platform, so I'm just gonna send it on through and let's see what we get. And back. And all my little pieces fall. Now you could use these pieces to decorate the outside of the envelope. Oh, I didn't get that one out. Come on. Thank you. And that one. And that one. Gosh, maybe I should have rotated it. And that one, and that one. So I've got everything but this. Oh, wait a minute. Here it is. I just didn't push real hard. There we go. Okay, I've got all my little fiddly pieces out. And then I could use these. I could absolutely use these to decorate my envelope on the outside. Sure I could. I could use those to decorate, make it really cute. So now I've got my liner. My envelope, let's score it on the score line. Gosh, I could have even brought it down a little bit. Put it in. And then I would glue it down in place. And now I've created the decor when I open it. So it's not just plain. Gosh, I could even put that one behind it. And now it has that. There's options aplenty. But instead of it being just plain, maybe you want just plain for somebody. And then maybe for somebody else, you want it with a little bit of decoration. And then maybe for somebody else, you're doing a graduation card and you want to include the colors of the school right there on both of them. And you just line it right up and put them together and put it in. Options aplenty. This is the smaller of the two. Then I have the bigger of the two. And let's take the other die and let's work with that. So the rectangle dies are completely interchangeable. And this time I do think I'm gonna run it and maybe rotate it. Nope, right on my cut plate, Stacy. Hello. Line it on up where I want it to be, and I can see where my score lines are. So it's up to me how high I want this to be. How much of a border do I want it to be? There, or there, or there? How much do I want going around it? That's all up to me. Let's do this one all the way at the top, and then I'll do one all the way at the bottom. I'll have to cut one more envelope, but I want you to see the difference. So this one, almost no border, very little. And then my cut plate. And send it on through. And I think for the sake of not having to fiddle, I'll just rotate it and send it on back. And the reason I rotated it is that everybody's die cutting machine, regardless of whose die cutting machine you own, they all have a different sweet spot. There is a roller underneath here that makes the handle move. So I'm moving the roller, and it's that roller that has the pressure that adds to the die that allows the cut of the paper. Oh yeah, see? No fiddly. I like no fiddly. No precision base plate and no fiddly. That works for me. So then I can score. I can insert it, but no, remember, it's just a little bit too big. So I'm gonna shave off my sides just a little bit, but they did that in the anticipation that you may have other envelopes by other manufacturers that you want to use these with. The smaller one is a little small, the bigger one is a little bit bigger, giving you options. Actually, do it this way. Okay, so this is almost at the very, very, very top. Now I could put this one behind it. And do that. I don't even have to put the entire card base, or I could just cut my top piece off here. Just use this piece and put it right behind it. Pretty, right? Easy to do. So let's cut one more. And this time maybe we do it in this color, and let's cut another large. Okay, so this one fits here perfectly, but it's a little small for this one. But I'm not going to care, because I don't care if I'm missing this much of what gets inserted into the envelope. I'm going to try and cut two at the same time, and we'll just see what happens. What's the worst that can happen? It doesn't work. So I'm going to try and cut both of these at the same time, knowing that one of my envelope liners is going to be a little short, but because that's stuffed down in the envelope, that's okay. I'm definitely going to have to rotate it without question, because I'm asking it to go through 2 sheets of opulent paper from Sizzix. That's really nice cardstock. It's got a specialty coating on it. It's shimmered. Okay, let's roll it through and see what happens. It's going to be a little tighter to roll, but oh, not so bad. And just for good measure, I'm going to take it and reverse it. So my rollers hit it in a new and unique way. Run it through. Well, it looks like it cut just fine to me. And you will see one of them is a little bit longer than the other, but you're never going to see that. I need to trim it down just a little bit. So out of every sheet of opulent, you can get at least 2, just depending on how long you want the insert to be. So there's the insert. This is the shorter of the 2. It still clears, So you don't want it all the way up here. You don't want that. You want it to at least clear the bottom of the envelope where it seals, but it clears that without any problem. And then we have the bigger of the two. So easy peasy. And again, that one's going to have to go down just a little bit and go down just a little bit. And then let's come back with our liner, because this one I did all the way at the top. I'm now going to move it down a little bit so you can see the difference. And let's do this one. And instead of it being all the way towards the top, I'm going to move it down because I can see my score lines. Can you see my score lines? I've got one there. So I know I could move this one all the way down and have this big, wide area there. Your choice. How much of a border do you want around it? Let's bring my machine over and let's cut this one so you can see the difference. Now I'm just working with one of the dies. There's three other dies in the set. But you can see while this die itself, I'm sure this was more than $19.99 when it originally launched. It had to be. Do I want it down even a little bit more? Just so you get an exaggerated look. How about there? And I'm gonna send it on through. And then for good measure, I'm gonna rotate it just because. And I would take these little goodies, these little gems, and decorate the front of my envelope with them, or the maybe down here. Take them and decorate down somewhere down here. Just a little something something to add a little color, a little extra. So this one was all the way at the top. Let's put this one, score it. So you may use your scoring tool. I'm a fly by the seat of my pants kind of girl. So now I've got that one. And let's put something behind it so you can see it. Oh, well, no, I need that one to stay there. Hello. Let's see. Let's put this one behind it. So here I've got it almost all the way to the top of the envelope liner. So it's way up here, leaving a lot of space down here. And here I've more centered it. You choose your decision. And on this one, I use the little envelope liner to do my backing. Gosh, that even makes more sense. Just cut this piece right there. You don't even have to cut the whole thing. Cut that piece right there and glue it right down to it and save your paper. That makes most sense, doesn't it? So what if I had just a little piece of pink? And where's the smallest one? Here's the smallest one. So I don't even care about the rest of this. I'm just going to cut off a piece big enough for that. I'm not going to cut the whole thing because all I want to do is add a shadow behind. I just need that piece. And away we go. Look at how much empty space I have. All I care about is this right there. That's all I want. Why use paper when it's just going to get hidden? Because I'm going to use it as a shadow. So here it is. I can see my score lines. Can you see my score lines there? I'm just going to cut at those score lines and go zoop. Sound effects required, folks. Zoop, done. Now I can take this one and just put the pink right behind it. I can take this one and put the red right behind it. I don't have to use the entire one here. I have options. And isn't that what it's all about? Options? I could do a double layer. I could even make this one a little smaller. Cut this one out of here. Maybe I didn't need to have this size, but maybe I want this one to layer inside my green. It's all about what you can do with paper that you have and utilizing it to the best of your ability and knowing that all card bases, all envelopes are not the same. So while the smallest one gives you a little extra room and you can use it for smaller cards and bigger cards. Bigger cards, you're going to have a little bit more leeway on the side, but now it's small enough to fit the cards that you want. The larger, you're going to trim down just a little bit so that, at least with the Sizzix card bases, you're going to trim down just a little bit, but it still allows you to use them with smaller sized A6 cards. I just didn't want you to get this die and try to make it fit without knowing that you're going to have to trim it down. And they did it for a reason. It's a great little die set. And like I said, did you just spend 4 hours on a card? Debbie M was downstairs when I came up. I didn't get to say hello to her. Hello, Debbie. And yeah, she can spend 4 hours on a card. Absolutely. So why not just make the presentation as beautiful as what you put inside of it? And I absolutely would take all of these little odds and ends, the little fallouts, and I absolutely would find a way to use them because, again, it sets the tone of what you're putting forth. It gives them an inkling of just how much goodness is inside this envelope that you spent working on just for them. I would definitely put these out there. No question about it. So this is Make It Monday here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. And I showed you one die, but that's just one die. The bundle for $19.99 is 4 dies. And they retail for $99.96. I'm not sure how you go wrong with this set, even if this is the only die you love, love, love. The rest of them are just bonus. Just bonus. So, too much fun. Way too pretty. Just the right touch. Oh, look at that. Uh-huh. Okay, that's lovely. Have yourself a great time with these. So this set is, it is the, what are they calling this? It is the foliage envelope liners. And yes, you can buy it open stock someplace else, not here. The only way you're gonna get this die is with the others that come in the bundle. For $19.99, you're gonna get the die I was working with, plus the other 3. $19.99. Are you ready for samples? Okay, so let's start with this one. Super cute, right? And remember, always, if you love the front, you're gonna love the back more, because that gives you the sizing of what you're looking at. This gives you the inspiration of, oh, I think I need a little watering can, and I love the little welly with the sunflower coming up out of it. This shows you what you can do with it. Even if it's still in the packaging, you can see they're bigger. So if you love this, you're gonna love it more when you turn it around. So from here, see, look at this. Reminds me of Italy. I was in Italy, and the lemons that were, it was insane where we were. The lemon trees, the lemons were like, I can't even, they were huge. They were like grapefruit. So there's that one. And here. And then they've been making me little storyboards. I wonder if they got that from us. I think I have an email from Taylor. Ta-da! It's Taylor saying, I really like the idea of the storyboards because this shows you everything that comes in the set. We've done storyboards forever, but I love that they're including them now. Love it. It did not go unnoticed. I noticed it a little while back, but I wasn't sure if they were going to continue, and they have. Yay. Okay, the second die is that cute little pocket. It's a one-cut pocket. One cut, fold over piece of tape, you're good to go, and it's got a few little cute tags that fit in it. Okay, see? Isn't that darling? And the little flowers and the little foliage come with it. It's just an easy peasy pocket. Easy peasy pocket, cute little tags that fit in. There was one, oh, is it down in there? I was gonna say there was one more, oh yeah, see there's one more little tag. Just darling. Love when they can make a pocket one cut and it's done. So you've got as a tag, cute. And then our little storyboard. One cut. You can do that. Then I have my pretty little frame. And here they made the card base out of the frame, which maybe next time I'll show you how to do. It's very simple. So the whole card base is the frame. And then I have here, isn't that gorgeous? And what did they do? They doubled the frame up. They just cut it twice and doubled it up and put it off center to each other. Isn't that beautiful? And then they took the little pieces in the same color and put it behind it, almost like you've embossed that back piece of paper. And then we've got our little storyboard. And then the envelopes. So I've done a bunch of them, a bunch of different ways for you, showing you how simple it can be, how beautiful they definitely are. I was playing with this one a little earlier. Have at it, enjoy. Use double-sided paper because you're gonna fold it down. You've got one side here, and then it's always best, you know, double-sided paper is a help. I always find. I mean, you could use single-sided because they're not going to see the back of it, but I don't know. So I'm just going to leave it to you. I like the double-sided paper just in case, but I'll leave it to you. So beautiful cards, the envelope liners ready to go, easy to make, come in 2 sizes, and give you the availability to use them with other card manufacturers' envelopes. They've given you that wiggle room. All right, so let me just throw out some samples here. I suppose you could use single-sided paper. I mean, it is going to be taped down and they're not going to see it. I guess I could have gotten into, I could have done this one. So single-sided paper. This is on Opulent too. Oh, and how beautiful is that? All right, use single-sided paper too, because that's glitter opulent. Hello, yummy. Once it's taped down, nobody's gonna know what's white behind there. That's beautiful. Okay, so samples. Well, I'm gonna leave that one there because that's just yummy. And I suppose I could pull this one back because that shows it 2 ways. And then I suppose I could pull one of these over and one of these over, and then our cute little tags, and say, all right, you guys, this is it. This is this week's Make It Monday. The entire bundle is $19.99. We don't sell any of them open stock. You gotta buy the bundle. It's limited. Let me tilt on up. I hope that you found, gosh, that really, I should have used the Opulent shiny, the glitter paper. That's beautiful. Okay, wait a minute. Let me tilt on up and say that, oh, you will only find this bundle exclusively at Scrapbooking Made Simple. So you can't go to some of the other online sites. We know that some of you have been asking some of the other online sites, do you have bundle number? And they don't. This is an exclusive that we do with the manufacturers we love the most and we trust the most. And they work with us to bring you this kind of pricing for these kinds of products. So Scrapbooking Made Simple, absolutely. You'll find it in our Make It Monday category. I'm about to say ready, set, but I haven't said go yet. So the minute I say go, I will have turned it on. All the product on our online site, it is available in our in store. You can come in and see us and say, hello, I want that $19.99 bundle. We hear you, we've got it for you, absolutely. The product is here right now. So if you like it, if you love it, if you need to have it, it is limited, and when they are gone, they are gone. The sale is only good for a week, and the only way we have leftovers is if somebody cancels their order. So I'm gonna say go, go, and hopefully by now the product has loaded. You might have to hit F5 and refresh a couple times, but hopefully the product has loaded. And I think I'll put some of the Opulent paper on sale because it's just beautiful. And if you don't have any, it really will make all of these look amazing. Okay, you guys, it's me, Stacy, Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. I'll see you later. Bye, everybody.